Yep, forever, 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 forever.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video I'm going to show you how to make these awesome cookies. So here I'm just showing you a couple of the things that you're going to need. Now the first step, guys, is not to preheat the oven. It's going to take your raisins and you're going to put them in a jar. When you're doing this step, you want to make sure you use a jar that has a lid so you're able to flip it over and make sure that every last raisin in there has a chance to soak up some rum. Now you see me adding the rum to the container, and I'm going to show you what's in the container in a few seconds. So now I just have my rum and the raisins in the container. I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to shake them up a little bit, flip it over, and set it aside so that while I'm creating the mixture for the cookies, these have time to soak. So now let's get started on the mixture for these cookies. Now you're going to see me adding the white sugar. Next, I'm going to add an equal part of brown sugar, which is 1 cup each. By the way, guys, the exact ingredients as well as the proportions for each will be listed in the description box below. Next, I'm going to add the butter. So here I'm just showing you all the things I have in the mixing bowl so far, and now it's time to get mixing. When I start mixing, I put my mixer on a low setting, then I gradually increase it to make sure everything is going to be well incorporated at the end. Here I just sped things up because I wasn't doing anything other than mixing. Please take your time and mix. Do not mix like this in real life, because if you do, your cookies are not going to taste good and then you're going to blame me. Here I'm just kind of showing you the consistency of the mixture so far. Now I'm going to add in the eggs. So I have 2 eggs cracked in the bowl here, and I'm going to gradually add the eggs while I'm mixing. So I'm going to mix this up a little bit before, then there goes the first egg. And I'm about to add the second egg in shortly. When you add the eggs in, you're going to notice a slight change in the color as well as the consistency of the mixture. So now mixing, 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 mixing. And again, I just sped this part up because I wasn't doing anything other than mixing. Again, please take your time and mix, guys. Please take your time and mix. Now it's time for me to add the vanilla extract in. It's gonna take a while for me to pour it because I have shaky hands and I don't want to put excess amount of products. So yeah, here I'm showing you the brand that I used. So at this point in the mixing process, I like to add a little bit of honey. You guys seen how much sugar I put at the beginning of the mixture. If you already feel like these cookies are going to be too sweet or sweet enough for you, you can skip this step. This is completely optional. But if you want to add the honey into it, I put about half a teaspoon of honey. So now I'm just going to mix all those together. So we're gonna mix, 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 mix. When you're mixing, you also want to make sure that you get the sides. Because if you don't get the sides, the middle is going to be mixed up and the sides of the bowl is not going to be mixed, and then it's going to throw your whole cookie off. So here I'm just giving you a close-up of what it's looking like so far. You're going to see me scrape the sides down soon. So here I'm going in with a spatula to scrape the sides of the bowl. You can see that it comes off the bowl really easily because it's very creamy. Right now, at this point in the mixing process, the mixture is very creamy. So I'm about to show you the consistency of the mixture so far, and you see it's very creamy and luscious. Oh, look at that, guys. You guys cannot tell me this doesn't look good. So right now I'm just going in with a wooden spoon, and I'm going to really beat it and make sure that everything is mixed up how I like it. So now I'm going to set that aside and get started on the dry ingredients. So here you see me adding in the first cup of flour, the second cup of flour. Next I'm going to be adding in some baking powder. Just going to toss that in there. Next you're going to want to add some salt. I usually pour the salt over the sink, but because of video's sake I did it over the bowl. I would suggest doing it over the sink just in case you have any fallout or over spillage of the spoon. It doesn't fall into the mixture. Lastly, I'm going to add some cinnamon. Going to be 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. So here I'm just showing you everything so far. I'm going to go with a spatula and just roughly mix this up together. I'm not using the mixer for this part because it's not really necessary because it's just dry ingredients. That's why I'm just using the spatula and basically folding all the ingredients together. So now I have the creamy mixture back again, and I'm going to gradually add the flour mixture into the creamy mixture. So I'm just going to mix the creamy mixture back up a little bit because I had it sitting there for about 1 minute while I added up the other ingredients. So I'm going to scoop a little bit of the dry ingredients into the creamy mixture, and then I'm going to take the mixer again and incorporate all those things together. Here you see me starting off with the wooden spoon. I'm just roughly adding these in together, just roughly mixing. Now you see I have switched out the wooden spoon for the mixer because it's a lot easier when you use the mixer. While you continuously add the dry ingredients, the mixture is going to get thicker, therefore it's going to be harder to mix by hand. So I'm just mixing and mixing away. Now I'm going to add a little bit more of the dry ingredient mixer. I add this gradually and not all at one time because I feel like when you add it gradually, the mixture has a better chance to mix properly than it would if you had added the entire flour mixture into the creamy mixture. So now I'm just mixing that up, making sure that I mix it as well as I can and I get everything. Now I'm going to add the last of the flour mixture in there. So I added the flour mixture at 3 different times. So I split it up into 3 equal proportions. So here you just see me mixing. Here I sped it up a little bit because I wasn't doing anything but mixing. Now here's a better idea of what it looks like. This is what your texture should look like at this point. You can see that it got a lot thicker than it did before I added the flour mixture in. So now I'm going to take the spatula and really get in there and just like fold it over again. At this point it kind of looks like peanut butter. If it does not look like peanut butter for you guys, I don't know what you guys did, but you guys missed a step or something and you guys should go back and see what you did wrong and try again. It's gonna be, it looks like peanut butter, but the consistency is like a thicker version of peanut butter. You're gonna see what I mean right now. As you can see, this is not what peanut butter looks like. The consistency wise, I mean, it's a lot thicker than what peanut butter should be looking like. So now it's time to add the oats. You're gonna add a total of 3 cups of oats. Here you see me adding the first cup, and I'm just gonna fold that in. This is not real lifetime again, guys. I sped this up. Here you see me adding the second cup of oats. Again, I'm just gonna fold that in with the spatula. I wouldn't recommend using the mixer for this part because it's just gonna be a mess. Now I'm gonna add the final cup of oats. So after the oats, it's time to drain off the raisins, and you're gonna add the raisins into the mixture. You're just gonna fold it in like this. After you mix everything together, they should look something like this. So to shape the cookies, I'm gonna use these 2 round spoons. After you shaped all the cookies and put them on your tray, I shaped them into like little balls. I'm going to take that same round spoon and use it to flatten out the cookies just a little bit. Don't flatten it out too much. You just want to press it slightly. After you're done, it shows something like this. When you're done baking, they should look something like this. You're going to bake at 370 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes. When you take them out of the oven, the middle is still going to be a little bit squishy. You need to let them cool so they have time to set. Here are the awesome cookies. Here are the back of the cookies. And here's a close-up of the inside of the cookies. Thank you guys for watching so much. Oh my gosh, guys. These cookies look so freaking good. Just look at the golden essence just radiating off these cookies. What do you guys mean you haven't tried this recipe yet? If you guys decide to try this recipe, please let me know in the comment section below how this worked out for you. And I want to thank you guys again for watching. Bye, guys.